Hello survivors, welcome back to our long-term survival in the long dark. I'm the Gazbeard and we're on the Mystery Lake lookout tower, which we entered in the last episode. So let's begin looting. A book. Food. Food's always good. A sewing kit. A rifle cleaning kit. We'll leave that newspaper roll here. We'll leave the piece of cedar in a slightly more obvious location. We don't need the can. We will take the cooking pot though. What else have we got? Aha, rifle ammunition.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Lantern oil, fishing tackle. And we're still looking for the hacksaw, remember? Lots of meds. Oh. A useful training manual, starting fires and all that. Right, just go back around here. Oh, we almost missed the whetstone. Okay, I think that's everything that we can get our hands on. Nothing under the bench, under the table, or under the bed. Right. I've left the firewood in the can and that roll of paper there, just in case we come back up and need to get a fire going. Let's just step out. Close the door, keep the critters out. Oh, that's what we forgot. Charcoal. Let's just grab that charcoal. Only one piece in there. Oh well. Such is the way of life. And let's just do a sketch. That shows that we've been to the forestry lookout. And we're actually getting a bit hungry. What have we got in the food store? Well, we've got quite a bit. I think we'll eat that packet of jerky. It's getting pretty low. And probably drink one of those cans of soda. Yeah, that one will do. Just put some calories and hydration back in us. Right, let's get down this hill. Now yesterday we had a brief skirmish with what I presume was a juvenile wolf. We smacked him once and he ran away. But then another more persistent, larger sounding wolf started chasing us and we had to run up the hill at top speed to get away from him. Now, while we're here, I just want to go and have a look up here, just make sure there's nothing hiding over at the back of these rocks. No. Okay, now the next place we want to get to is across to that ruined lookout tower. Loot that. Remember, we're still looking for the hacksaw. Still haven't found one. Now, I don't know if we can get down there. Well, we could risk skyrimming it, but we're more likely to end up injuring ourselves. And we are overburdened. How much are we overburdened? Barely is the answer. So, can we get down here? We can, if we're very careful, but there's a wolf down there. And we've got no long-range weapons. He looks to be heading in the direction we want to go. You can just see top center of screen the ruined lookout. That wolf is between us and it. And more particularly, that wolf's on the trail that we want to use to get round to the back of the ruined lookout to get up onto the path up to it. So, if we go down there, we're going to have to be very careful. We just hunker down to get down. What we want to do is try and keep an eye on that wolf, wait for him to go off in a different direction to the one that we want to go. And if we're very quick, we can probably sprint straight through here, get to the back of the hill where he can't see us. Like that. And then we want to try and traverse this slope without getting too low down it, because we've got to be aware that once we get further around here we are at risk of the bear. And I'm just looking out over the woodcut. I can't see him as yet, so let's just hunker down to get down this steep slope. Gives us a better view across the woodcut, keeping an eye on it. Still no sign of him. I hear crows, but I think they're carrion crows rather than bear crows. So there's a dead body around somewhere, and still no sign of the bear. I'm staying in the crouched position to traverse this slope just to avoid any sprains, and at the same time reduce the detection range for any predators that are out there. Still see no sign of the bear. That's both good news and bad news. Once you've seen the bear, you know where he is. You can plan your route to avoid him, but if you haven't seen him, you don't know where he's going to pop up. And that yellow sign that you can see center of screen is where we're heading to get on the path up to the ruined lookout. One final look around the woodcut. I see no movement. Maybe the bear's not patrolling here. It would be good if he's not. That dead dude's got nothing for us, but the crows have left us some feathers. So we'll take the feathers. Let's get up the hill, get away from the low ground, and less chance of predators the higher that we go. This is quite a long windy path, but it is the only way to get up there. And what we want to do is get up there and get back down before sunrise, because we want to get all these goodies back to the camp office. Out in these more remote locations, we do actually strip them down and remove the goods back to the camp office, even though we're not making for a long-term stay on this map. It does unfortunately look as if we're going to have to. There's quite often a backpack or something hiding in this corner. Yeah, there we go.
Thank goodness.
Soda and nuts and stuff. Another candy bar on the floor, and there should be a dead body down there. There's not. And there's no crows, so that kind of confirms it. That's unusual. Normally there is a dead body down there. Poor backpacker that fell off the cliff and ended up tumbling to his death. Right, so time of day is just on midday. We've got loads of time to loot this summit and then get back to the camp office and unload the loot and spend the night in the warmth and a bit of comfort. Let's just do a bit of sprinting. Try and get it over with a little bit quicker. We're now on the safe part of the path where there shouldn't be any predators. Never has been when I've been up here before. Now we're already overburdened. We don't want to be taking things like firewood and stuff with us. Check the medical cabinet first. Come on.
Could end up being useful.
Bandage and another sewing kit. My God. A bow shooting book. Aha!
Excellent.
And finally, we find the rifle, and it's in a terrible condition. Another emergency stim. Right. What we got here? Piece of cloth. Leave that piece of paper in case we come back up here.
Something's gotta go.
Crow's feather. More reclaimed wood dotted around. Nice piece of cedar. What we might do is just assemble all the firewood across towards the shelter. Just puts it all in one place. If we were going to start a fire, we would start it in there. We searched that. Across the back here we've got some rose hips. Let's have them. There's a climbing rope position there for a shortcut back down. But unless you were in the absolute direst of straits, you wouldn't normally climb up that. Come on, I saw a green bit. There we are. Simply because it's too tiring for what it does. For what it saves you. Just check there's nothing on these steps. Normally isn't. But it's worth a look. No. Okay, right. Anything in the supply bin?
I think I can use this.
A rope, a bandage, a flare, water purification tablets. Right, let's get this recycled wood across here. And as you can see, we're pretty heavily encumbered now. I mean, the rifle and the climbing rope between them have added 8 kilos.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Yeah, you will. Where am I going? I've lost my direction. There we are. On a beautiful clear day like this, with such distinct, very close together landmarks, if it's possible to get yourself turned around and lose your direction, imagine what it's like on a foggy day in a piece of terrain with no landmarks. Let's just have a look up here, make sure there's nothing at the actual tower. Just a couple of spotlights in the dark. Spotlights in the dark. Floodlights at the base of the tower. Oh, there's a ravaged deer, and there's also some firewood. We'll take the feather. We'll pick up the cedar and drop it at the shelter. Might actually cook that deer. So we've got loads of books to read now, which is good news. One of the best bits of news is that we found that rifle. Right, how much meat's on this guy? 0.7. It's not a lot. It'll take us 10 minutes with a hunting knife. We do need his hide, we do need his guts. That'll take 55 minutes. Let's harvest him.
I need to find food.
Now it won't take long to harvest that piece, to cook that piece of deer. And our dude is complaining he's hungry. The wind is getting up. I'm not sure that I want to hang around and make a fire, but I think we may have to. So if we put a fire at the back there, no, it won't let us. No, it will let us put one there. We'll start it with the book. Start it with the magnifying glass. Come on, get burning, and pick up one piece of cedar once it's going, and that'll give us enough to cook that deer. Come on, fire, get going. If you never started a fire as a kid with a magnifying glass, well, you dipped out. It was one of the great wonders of my childhood. Right. Add that cedar. No, not the book. That gives us an hour and 15. If we drop that piece of meat, get it on there. While we're cooking it, we might as well make ourselves a little bit of water. Just keep an eye on the weather.
I could eat anything right now.
And just pass time until that's cooked. And just eat it straight away, get those calories into us. And we'll take a drink, and the weather is closing in. Take a drink of water. We're nice and warm. So let's get down the mountain. And I'm taking the rope with us. Let's get down the mountain. Let's try and get an idea for where we're going. Don't know if we can get down that. Well, we can. That might put us directly in the path of that wolf, though. It might also put us on totally the wrong side of where we want to be. Because one of the things that we want to do is we want to be lining ourselves up to get back to the camp office, avoiding the wolves and the bear if he's around. And that's not always so easy to do. We want to be going that way. That leads back down to the woodcut down there. And we want to be going the other side. And I don't believe there's any way to drop down here. There might be something that's Skyrimable. Oh, we might be able to. If we can get over that side of this ledge, then it puts us exactly... Yes, of course we can. Just hunker down, get down the steep slope slowly and carefully. And we forgot to do one of these at the top. So let's just do it from here. Hopefully it doesn't quite put the ruined look out on it. But never mind. And we've got a blizzard coming in. So as soon as we get down, we need to pick up the pace but at the same time be careful, because we want to avoid the predators. Right, I think we can stand up and start moving a bit faster now. Fortunately, we still have the wind at our backs. And that gully there is the one that we want to go through, but we've got to be careful because usually to the left of this rock is wolves. I've known a family of 3 hiding up there. And just ahead of us here at the base of this tree is 3 rose-hip bushes, and up to the base of that tree next to the rocks in the center of screen are reishi mushrooms, but I'm not going to loot them because we're not resident on this map yet. We're still just looking for a specific tool, so I'm going to ignore them. Quite apart from which, I want to keep moving. I want to get back to the camp office before we get too wet and too cold. And you see down here, this is the deer clearing. There's some old man's beard moss there, which we can harvest to make an antiseptic dressing, take away infection risk after an animal attack. But again, we're not going to collect it because our aim is just to move straight on. Now I don't know if we we can't run. We're too heavily overladen, probably too tired. So we're just going to have to plod on. And thankfully the wind is actually behind us, even though it's off to one side. So it's not actually slowing us down. It might actually be helping us to move faster. Going to pick up a few sticks for the camp office fire as we go through, because we're going to have to dry our clothes out once we get back. We will be absolutely soaked. We don't have the waterproof clothes. Yeah, we don't have the waterproof clothes to be out in weather like this and not get soaked. And although we've got no temperature warning up as yet, we are starting to lose temperature, but we're not so serious yet that our clothes are freezing. And this is quite a severe blizzard. Just starting to get the first glimpses of the camp office there. We're back, and not only are we back, but we've brought our first animal skin back for here. So I'm just going to drop it here, and it was quite pleasant to get back without getting attacked. So we'll drop these 2 here. come on. There we go. Put the feathers in the workbench drawer. I'm going to keep that arrowhead with us because until we can get to the forge to make some. No, we did get some feathers. Where are they? There they are. I'm going to keep the arrowhead with us. If we can get a cured sapling, we can at least make one arrow, and that then makes it worth making the bow. Right. Let's have a look here. Biomaking materials. We don't have enough matches to drop any more in here. We need to keep those with us. We don't have any spare accelerant or fire strikers. Okay. Medical gear. We've got loads of that. I think we can afford to put 2 stim pens in there. We found a bunch more penicillin. We'll keep the 6 low quality ones with us, and we'll put the 2 high quality ones in there. Bunch of bandages. We got a load more bandages that we picked up. What did I just move across there that I didn't intend to move? Don't know. Let's move those. We probably... I don't know what we moved there. We moved something. Right. Couple of bandages. We don't need to carry that many bandages. But we do need to start stockpiling them here because this map is very low on cloth. We're carrying 6 old man's beard wound dressings, which because we're carrying a bottle of antiseptic, we don't need to carry that many. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move 2 of them and put 2 of them in there as well. Painkillers we do need to keep with us because the rate of sprains that we're getting is just unreal. That's where the old man's wound dressings should have gone. Idiot. So let's just get those out of there. Sorry about this faffing, it's just my play style. There we go.
Just need to close my eyes.
Uncrafted medical... no. They must be in there. Yeah, there they are. I'm gonna move all of them in there. Carrying 15 cloth, which theoretically is snow shelter level. We did pick up a can of lantern oil, didn't we? Yes. So if we drop that, there it is, and we put that up there. I've got a lantern. Right, let's have a look upstairs. I don't know if we've got 2 cook pots here already. We have. Okay, if we've got 2 cook pots here, we don't need a 3rd, but we will need a 2nd at Trappers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that other cook pot down here. Find it. There it is.
Feels like a lot of gear.
It is a lot of gear. Don't know if it's going to be... Nah, it's not quite as visible there as I would have liked it. So what I'll do is I'll put it on the... It's still not as visible there as I want. It's just to make sure I don't forget it. I tell you what, put it on the
I can barely
workbench.
walk with this much gear.
Yeah. Just put it on the workbench. We can see it there easily. And that corner there is where I usually put the rope. It's actually 5 kilos for the rope. Don't know why I was thinking it was 4. Right. And you see that clipboard stopping us from putting anything closer to the radio. So we'll just put the rope on there. That's the corner I normally use for it. If I keep things in my regular places, I know where they are. Right, now, what condition's that cleaning kit? That's 100%. That's 5 rounds. Drop those 5 rounds. Because although I said we don't earlier that we'd
eat soon.
Mark, I'm talking. Be quiet. Although I said earlier we don't have a long-range weapon with us, I don't want to be carrying the rifle around with us. Oh, we should have put flares downstairs. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that cleaned up. Let's get some rifle skill by doing that. Exhausted and famished. We'll resolve that in a moment. It's getting to after dark. It may tell us that we can't clean the rifle in the dark. I don't know, I can't remember. Rifle's at 100%. So is it light enough to see? No, it's not. We can't even see the window's over there. I don't think that's the window that we want though. I think the bed is over there. Yes, there it is. So let's eat something, get a night's sleep, and then we'll finish sorting this lot out in the morning. That's very low condition. Let's get that into us. That's very low condition. Let's get that into us. We're going to need more calories to get through the night. That's our total food on that screen there, those 20 items. So we need to be a little bit careful about what we eat. We eat a pair of those. That's another 300 calories. Top off our thirst. And it's too early to go for an all-night sleep. We're going to have to pass time for at least 2 hours, which is going to reduce our calories a bit. But it will leave us exhausted. Only got 590.
Sleep right here.
Mark, I'm talking. Stop it. 580 odd calories. We do need a little bit more into us. And I think another pair of cattails is going to have to be the way to do it. Drink again. Make sure that we're fully hydrated for the night's sleep. And then we'll put in for a 10-hour sleep. And we'll, having got a save point when he wakes up, we'll then end this video here and continue tomorrow. So thanks very much for watching. Hope you're enjoying it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and please check the video description. You'll find links to my Twitter, Twitch and Facebook there, as well as my Discord and other channels. And excuse me a second, I can't do two things at once, I'm an old fart.
I could use a drink.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna drop that there. I'm gonna drop that on there. Give him a drink. And what we'll do, because I've now done those few actions, we need to create a new save point. The easiest way is run downstairs, look at what the weather's doing, and come back into the building. And that'll give us the save point to end the video. So, if you haven't already, please click follow on the channel, or subscribe, whatever YouTube calls it. And please give the video a like, both of which encourage me immensely and help me to grow the channel, which is my ultimate aim, to grow the channel enough to do this full time. So, thank you very much everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye for now.